Hello all, welcome to Backgammon Sundays. It's a big pleasure for me to welcome you. Normally it's Marianne Farey which is doing it, but she is not available today, so it's me. And today we have a great session again with Michy. I think he will tell us about endgames and ace-point game. Welcome, Michy. Michy, can you unmute your microphone?
Okay.
Welcome, Michy. Great to see you here. Today there are really amazing, a lot of people joining us. I want to ask all participants to mute the microphone now, and just when Michy has finished his presentation, to unmute and come along with the question. Michy, it's a start. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so can I start?
Yes, please, Michy, we are ready.
Yep.
It's 2 o'clock, so it's fine.
Oh, okay. And I need to share the screen.
I think at the bottom is share the screen. Yeah, perfect. Hmm.
Okay. Yep. So I'm ready. Okay. Now I'm gonna start the seminar for WBGF. So, hello everybody. How are you? So thank you for having me today. And I'm very glad to give a seminar for many people. I heard there are more than 100 people. That's amazing. Okay. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. I didn't mention your name. And Marianne is not here today.
That's fine. That's fine.
Bear out. Right. So today's theme is Endgametechnic against ace-point game. I believe ace-point game is a very popular, common game style in backgammon. And there are many specific techniques just against ace-point game. Okay. Oh, by the way, you can see the character. His name is Nono. I believe many of you know him. And I'm going to introduce the creator of this character, Roland Herrera. He is also a co-author on my 3 books. He lives in Bristol. Okay. So first, this is episode 1, and the ideal structure against the ace-point game. So what is the ideal structure? And again, today I only explain the technique against ace-point game. So this is a situation that opponent has an ace-point anchor. If opponent has a deuce-point anchor or 3-point anchor, now the technique should be very different, just against ace-point game. Please remember that. This is the most important thing. All right, so do you know the ideal structure against ace-point game? The answer is mountain structure. And this is the one. So black holds the ace point of white. And now white has finished bearing on M. And this structure, it looks like a mountain or a pyramid. So this is the ideal structure against the ace-point game. In this case, white has the maximum highest equity. But I think many people don't get why this structure is so good against the ace-point game. Maybe the plain structure, like 3 checkers on each point, 3 checkers on the 6 point, 3 on the 5, 3 on the 4, 3 on the 3 point, and 3 checkers on the 2 point. Maybe that's much better. Okay. So I'm going to explain the characteristics of the mountain structure. There are actually 3 good characteristics. So this is number 1. No spare checker on the highest point, so which is a 6 point in this diagram. That means white has only 2 checkers on the 6 point, and now white is ready to clear this point. This is a benefit, number 1. Oh, by the way, so during this lecture, does watchers can ask something, or we can discuss? Is it an interactive seminar?
I think the idea was that people can ask you things after the end of the seminar.
Okay, I got it. So yeah, maybe for 30 minutes, I just keep talking. I got it. Okay, so this is a benefit number 1 of the mountain structure. White is ready to clear the 6 point. Then the benefit number 2 is no inner gap. So I believe everybody knows what is gap, but what is inner gap? Inner gap is different from just gap. So here is the example. Here, white has an inner gap on the 4 point. So the definition of inner gap is there's a point which has no spare checker and sandwiched with a point which have a spare checker. That's the definition of an inner gap. So here, white has no spare checker on the 4 point, and on the 5 point and on the 3 point, white has spare checker. Then the 4 point is the inner gap. Now I want to give you a question. How about the 2 point? That the 2 point is also an inner gap? The answer is no, it's not an inner gap, because the 2 point is not sandwiched. Okay, the 3 point has a spare checker, but the 1 point, white does not occupy the 1 point. So the 2 point is not sandwiched. That's why the 2 point is not an inner gap. Only the 4 point is inner gap. And inner gap is a weakness. So here's the benefit number 3. No spare checker on the 2 point. So we don't want to have a spare checker on the 2 point, because if we have a spare checker on the 2 point, there is no mobility, no flexibility. So the spare checker on the 2 point will work when we roll a 2 and we can take off checkers. So the work or the function is very limited. The spear checker on other points are more flexible. Let's say the spear checker on the 5 point, when we roll a 5, we can take checker off from here, or if we roll a 1 or 2 or 3, we might move this checker move forward. So there's a flexibility. However, the checker on the 2 point, spear checker on the 2 point has no flexibility. That's why we don't want a spear check. We don't have a spear checker on the 2 point. So these threes are the benefit of the mountain structure. So here's a bad example. In this diagram, white has 3 spear checkers on the 2 point. In this case, white does not have many flexibility in the long run. Okay, so now it's time to solve the question. So you are white, and there is no score. That means this is a money game or unlimited match. That means you don't care about the score. You just focus on the backgammon position. And how do you play 3-2? This is the first question. I assume lots of people just play 11-6. But this is not good, because white has a weakness, which is inner gap on the 4 point. So if you are white, you have to have the image that when you roll the dice, so with your image, you want to roll a 2. Then if you roll a 2, you can play 6-4. Now you can fill the inner gap. There's no inner gap anymore. That's the image you should have before you roll the dice. Then you roll 3-2. So you quickly play 6-4 first, and then you think about the 3. So probably 3 should be 11-8. Yeah, this is a bad example. If white plays 11-6, then white finished bearing in. However, white position has a weakness, which is the inner gap on the 4 point. This is not good. This is not a safe structure. So first, you play 6-4 to fill the inner gap. So here's the analysis by XG. So top 2 choices include the play 6-4. And the difference of the 3 is not big. So maybe we can take either way. But 11-6 is surprisingly, it's a blunder. It's a blunder. Okay, let's go to question 2. It looks a similar position, and it must have the same idea. So again, before you roll the dice, you should have an image that you roll 1 or 2. So if you roll 1, you can play 4-3 to fill the inner gap. Or if you roll 2, you can play 5-3 again to fill the inner gap. So this 2-1 is pretty good dice. I think 4-3 looks natural. And then 11-9 will be good. And here's the analysis. Yeah, filling the inner gap is pretty important against the ace-point game. Okay. Now, question 3. How do you play 6-3? So white checker is on the 14 point. So 6 must be forced play. Again, many people just play 8 to 5. Yeah, we are very happy to finish bearing in. However, when we check the resulting position, we have an inner gap on the 4 point. So this is not good. In this case, we can play 6 to 3. 6-3 does not fill the inner gap. However, still we have a checker on the 8 point. Then we might roll a 4 next, or we might roll a 1 next to fill the inner gap on the 4 point. So that's why a 14-8-6-3 is the best play. Yeah, 48 is wrong by 27. By the way, do you think 27 is a small error? It's not a big deal. My opinion is absolutely no. In the middle game, the situation is complex. And yeah, yourself and the opponent, usually we never play perfectly. We make lots of mistakes. So in the middle game, we have so many possibilities. In that case, the error of 27 is, I think, it's small. I admit it's small. However, at the end of the game, now our game pattern is limited. It's never changed. What just finish bearing in and bearing off? Black is playing an ace-point game. So we don't make a big mistake probably anymore. So in this situation, the game pattern is limited, and probably we don't make big mistakes. That's why, in my opinion, 20 save is a very big error at the end of the game. Yeah, that's my way of thinking. Okay, go to the next one. Question 4. How do you play 6-1? Unfortunately, white has to leave a shot. 6 is forced. So white cannot hide a blot. But black's structure is pretty bad. So probably getting hit is not fatal. Still, even if white gets hit, still white is clearly the favorite. So after 17-11, then I think all of you already realized that 4-3 looks good. Here, white has no inner gap. There's no inner gap. However, 4 point is stacked. So whatever we put a bullet on the 11 point or 10 point, it's not a big difference. So in that case, we are very happy to unstack the heavy 4 point to put a spare checker on the 3 point. So again, the difference is not big, but yeah, 4-3 is a clearly better choice. Okay, shall we go to the next one? Oh, I'm sorry, it's already summary. So the idea is make a mountain structure during your bear in and bear out. That's the first step against ace-point game. So this idea is especially we often use in bearing in, not just bearing off. Because during bearing in, we have lots of options, choices, especially if the opponent checker is on the board. Yeah, we can play freely. So to get that opportunity, we want to make a mountain structure. All right, let's go to the next one, which is episode 2. Clearing versus taking 2 checkers off. So generally, in bearing off, we want to clear the point. So each time we clear the point, we close to the winning of the game. However, taking checker off is also very important because it's the same as a how can I say? So after we take all checkers off, finally we can win the game. So they both very important. Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, here the connection is not perfect. Maybe it's because of the typhoon is coming, a very big one. Okay. So here is example. White wrote for free, and White has
Can you
two good
share the
options.
screen again, Michy?
Yep. Oh, could you say it again?
Can you share the screen again?
Oh, okay. Is it okay?
Yes, perfect.
Oh, that's good. All right. So this is a good example. How do you play 4-3 for White? So obviously, White has two options. One is clearing the 6 point. Another is taking 2 checkers off. So both looks attractive. So what do you think? So of course, we want to check the resulting position. Actually, after we taking 2 checkers off, the resulting position is good. Still, we have three spares. So I believe lots of people take 2 checkers off. Yeah, always it's a big question when we take check when we finish bearing in and start bearing off. So according to XG, the winner is clear the point. Clear the point is better. Even though we have a good structure again after taking 2 checkers off, still clearing the point is better. And we can see the characteristics of these two plays. So clearing the point has higher winning chance, and taking 2 checkers off has higher gammon winning chance. But in the end, higher winning chance has higher equity. Okay, here's another example. And the position has exact the same thing. White draws 3-2. Again, White has 2 good options. He can clear 6 point, or he can take 2 checkers off. So what do you think? So here is the analysis. So again, taking 2 checkers off is better. Oh, We conclude that clearing the point is always better than taking 2 checkers off. So that's our conclusion. And that's the general idea against ace-pawn game.
Michy, there was a question, is a key factor the timing of the opponent?
Mm-hmm. Opponent timing.
If he has, for example, the 3 outfield checkers on your bar point, would it be better to play for gammon and beer of 2 checkers?
It's a good question. So I summarize that always clearing the point is better, but of course backgammon is not so simple. Backgammon is more complex. Yes, so as Bernard mentioned, timing is also important. How much timing the opponent has. If the opponent has tons of timing, that means opponent is way behind in the race. In this position, black is behind. Oh, actually, the diagram shows pip count. White is 57 and black is 127. So black is behind by 17 pips. It's a lot. So timing is also matters, and the opponent has a nice structure, or the opponent homeboard has already crunched. That's also important. So we always think about everything. However, in this seminar, I made the situation simple. So here, opponent has a good timing and opponent has a good structure. So I only discuss in this situation. So if the opponent homeboard has crunched, maybe the best move will change. Or if the opponent does not have timing, and then the best play may change. So it will get more complex. But unfortunately, I cannot explain all the situation. So I just make the situation simple. But this idea, this simplified idea, clearing the point is better than taking checkers off, is very useful. And mostly, this idea is correct. The exception is not too many. Yeah, is that okay?
Thanks. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So again, here this is question 7. So now white wrote double 3, which is pretty good dice. So white has a good option. White can take 3 checkers off. Or again, white can clear the 6 point. So we can adapt the same idea, or maybe this is the exception. What do you think? So here is the analysis. So the top choice and the second choice is clearing the 6 point. And taking 3 checkers off is ranked number 3. And this is wrong by 77. So again, the simple idea is applied here. Yeah, clearing the point is better than taking checkers off. So even though here, white is very happy that white can take 3 checkers off. This is good. However, still, yeah, clearing the point is more important, more valuable. Okay. Now, double 2. So here, Yeah, black is not so much behind. So again, W2 for white. White has two good options. One is clearing the 6 point. Another is taking 3 checkers off. So especially to win gammon, taking 3 checkers off seems attractive. Oh, I want to win gammon. Let's take 3 checkers off. Yeah. However, so top 2 choices, they are clearing the 6 point. And taking 3 checkers off is ranked number 3. And surprisingly, this is double blunder. Wow. It's such a big mistake. I'm surprised. Yeah. And the interesting thing is that even though the third choice took 3 checkers off, the gammon winning chance is not the highest. Yeah. Actually, the second play has the highest gammon winning chance. It sounds strange. The reason that the third choice is lose many games, much more games. That's why gammon winning chance has decreased. Yeah, the difference of winning chance is it's gigantic. That the top choice has 92% winning chance. The third one has 83% winning chance. So the difference is 9%. Wow, 9%. Yeah, so yeah, again, the game, clearing the point is better. Okay, 4-1. Now, the situation is more complicated. Here, black does not have timing. Black has a perfect home board, but black has no spare checker. Only one spare on his 2 point. So here, what do you think? Maybe white wants to block black's anchor and makes black to crunch his home board. Maybe white might think like that. So if you think like this, then you can take 1 checker off from the 5 point. After that, you keep the 5 prime. So what do you think? So here's the analysis. So again, clearing the 6 point is better. Yeah, even though 1 checker off has a higher gammon winning chance here. So we can find the exception, of course. We can find many exceptions, but mostly clearing the point is better against the ace point game. So this is a summary. Clear from the rear rather than taking 2 checkers off against the ace point game. Remember, it's against the ace point game. If the opponent has 2 point anchor or 3 point anchor now, the concept will change. Okay, so I believe you get used to these ideas. Now it's time to do exercise. So this is a summary. So I only showed you just the 2 concepts. So make a mountain structure and clear from the rear rather than taking 2 checkers off. Oh, by the way, so I explained this concept in my book, Endgametechnic. Yeah, this is the cover. And Roland Herrera is my co-author. This is my website. You can visit anytime. Okay, now you can do exercise. And I'm going to show you maybe more complex position. All right.
So, Michy, I think the people
Yep.
can now unmute and they can ask questions, yeah? Is this okay?
Yeah, sure, of course.
So, dear visitors, now it's your part to take part.
Yep. So yeah, I'm happy to get to any questions. Maybe it was too easy.
For me, it was most surprising the last position that clearing the 6 point is best with 4-1, because you have the mountain structure and this creates a volley structure. So they're opposite to the mount structure, but still it's the best move. So that's very, very interesting.
Oh,
that clearing the point is so strong.
Oh, I like your comment. Yeah, after white clear the 6 point, it's not a mountain structure. It's like a valley. However, this valley is not horrible because there is no inner gap. So that the shape is valley, but no inner gap. That's very important. If there will be an inner gap now, I think it will change.
Any questions you'd like to ask? I think it's better unmuting the microphone than writing in chat.
Michy, at what point do you, when your opponent's board is crunched, do you start playing more aggressively? Like if he had a 5-point board or a crunched 5-point board or a crunched 4-point board, would you then be more aggressive and make exceptions to your rule?
Michy, you have muted your microphone. You should unmute again.
Yep. And still, you guys share my screen?
No, we don't share the screen anymore.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. My connection is not so good.
The last question from Asa was how big is the influence of a crunched board? If it is, how crunched it has to be that it has influence?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So when the opponent board has crunched, then the damage of getting hit decrease. That means you can take checkers off more aggressively, especially to win gammon. If you have a good chance to win gammon, then and the opponent board has crunched, then you are inclined to take checkers off rather than clearing the point, just to win gammon. If your gammon winning chance is very tiny, or you don't need to win gammon because of the score, then always clearing the point is better, just to win the game. However, the opponent board has crunched and you want to win gammon, and then maybe taking checkers off might be better.
There was another interesting question in the chat, Michy.
Yep.
Are the rules the same if the opponent doesn't have an ace-point game, but a deuce-point holding game?
Yeah, actually, in each case, we have different idea. So against the deuce-point game, then I can explain different idea, just against deuce-point game. But today, I don't think I have enough time to explain that. But just one simple answer is, against the deuce-point game, they are almost equal. Okay.
Another question was, we focused now on mistakes like 0.03. So for the normal game, as you said, quite small mistakes. The question is it also necessary to focus on small mistakes which are like 0.01?
Thank you. Okay, I got a new question, but I want to explain just one simple idea against the deuce point game. So it's a major conflict. Clearing the point or taking 2 checkers off, which is better. And against the deuce point game, what I can say is they are equal. They are equal. It's very hard to find the difference. So if you face a position against the deuce point game, and you have these 2 good options, clearing the point or taking 2 checkers off, generally these 2 plays are equal. So maybe you can choose the play according to the score. If gammon winning is more important, then you can take 2 checkers off. Yeah, that's just one simple idea against the deuce point game. And then the next question. So 0.03 is generally a small error, but I said in the end game phase, it's very important. It's not small. And in the middle game, yeah, it's not big. It's usually we don't care much. And then if someone says 0.001,
no, 0.01 like this, so 10.
0.01, which is like a 10.
Yeah, 10.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, 10 is small even for me. So we can ignore 10. I think 10 is enough small.
Michy, there is another question. I hope
Sure.
I translate right from Alan.
Yeah.
The ace point game changes when the opponent escapes. So I think he means when he has not 2 checkers on the ace point, but 1 checker escaped with 6-5, and now he has just 1 checker on the ace point. Does the approach change in this case?
Wow, it's another good question. So if the opponent has only 1 checker on the ace point, we say this is a phantom ace point game. And then it's very different, very different. However, about the checkup play, so I said it's very different. That means we are even more favorite. So bearing offside is much more favorite. And the chance the opponent hit is very tiny because of just 1 back checker. And the concept is, I think, still clearing the point, 6 point, clearing from the rear is important. I
think you have also more builders than to make the point, yeah? To point on the single checker.
Correct. Yeah, correct, Bernard. I think I can show you the example using XG. So can I change that? Okay, new share like this. Now, can you see XG board?
Yes, we see the XG board.
That's good. So here, opponent has only 1 checker on the ace point. Maybe what's a good example? Yeah, maybe here, and the cube is turned. The opponent has a very nice structure. Yeah, something like this. So here, red can take 2 checkers off. Or maybe I can put this position as well. Now red can take 2 checkers off. However, the resulting position is not good. Red does not have many spare. That means this is a dangerous position. However, after clearing the 6 point, now red has tons of spare, and red has a very good chance to pointing on the 1 point. So that means clearing a point is even more effective against just one back checker. Yeah, that's my conclusion. It's even more effective.
Another question is in the
Yep.
first example which you showed,
Mhm.
he wrote there is also it leaves only a shot with 6-5 and double 6, but since it's only 3 numbers, we don't care. Is this right?
Yes. Okay. In the first example, yes. Yeah, I like all these questions. So this is the ideal mountain structure, and the opponent has very good timing. So in this case, the safety is priority, because white can wait until the end of the game. Okay, here red has 3 bad dice, as you mentioned, 6-5 plus double 6. Let's say if red has this structure, now red has no bad numbers. This is I call this is 0 position. 0 position means red never leave a shot next. However, this structure is inferior to the ideal mountain structure. So just we check the next row, dice roll, then this position is not perfect, far from perfect. However, in the long run, until the end, that means probably until the end, the position may get like this. Maybe this will be the position at the very last moment. So we met as until the end of the game. And the ideal mountain structure is the safest structure if we consider the long run, not short term. Yeah, that's the idea. Especially because ace-point game is a very nice holding game. That means white has a very good chance to get a shot. So people say white will get a shot with 90%. 90 is huge. So mostly we have to give him a shot, but we have to do our best. And the ideal mountain structure is the best structure to play safely until the end.
We have another complicated question
Okay.
from Ellen.
Okay.
In the Phantom ace-point game,
nervous.
I think it means that the opponent has just 1 check on the ace point. When does hitting take priority over clearing from the rear? For example, in this position, 4-1 would be an example, I think. Is it better to hit and peer off, or is it better to play 6-5, 6-2?
Oh, that's another advanced idea. Yeah, this is interesting. So if red rolls 4-1, red had 2 good options. One is hit from the 5-1 and take checkers off.
No.
Yeah, I like this approach. However, we have to compare the resulting position, and I cannot say the answer, because in each case we have different structure and different answer. But in this position, the answer is very clear. So after we choose pick and pass, pick and off, so this is the resulting position. And this is not good because now red has 4 bad dice, which is 6-5 and 5-4. 4 bad dice, which leaves a shot immediately. However, after we just clear the 6 point, the resulting position is so good. Now, red has a 0 position. That means there's no bad number next. And red has many potential, so pointing on the 1 point next. So I can say this play, clearing the 6 point, is clearly better here.
Michy also asks, does Michy have more slides to show to us? I wouldn't want our questions to keep him from showing them to us. But I think this was your lesson now before. And for more positions, they can look for your book, yeah? Which is very excellent.
Actually, I had some positions, it's like a bonus position, because I was not sure how long my explain seminar takes. So if I finish very quickly, then I can give you bonus questions. So yeah, we can take either way. So I can continue to answer the questions, or I can show you some extra positions. What do you think?
At the moment, there are no new questions, so I think we are ready for the bonus material.
Okay. Let's do that. Let's do that. Now, okay. All right. Okay, here, 4-3. It's also a common technique against the ace point game. I believe the majority of the watchers know the answer. So what do you think, guys? How do you play 4-3 for white? Yes, that's right. I believe, yeah, you guys know the idea. So clearing the bar point is superior. So usually, general idea is clear from the rear. We don't want to make a gap. However, here, after we clear the 8 point, we have some bad dice, which is 6-5 and 6-4. In that case, we leave a blot on the bar point, 7 point. Then we give a direct shot to the black. But if we clear the 7 point now, then
No, I just had coffee. I took out an avocado to, I'm gonna have like a salad-y type of thing.
yeah, enjoy the coffee. Yeah. So this is a very common idea and situation. I believe, yeah, you can face this this type of position many times. Yeah, always in this structure, clearing the bar point is better. Okay. Here's another question. Double 2 for white. I think this is more difficult. So I can explain this.
My question would be, if I move like Matt suggests this 5-3 and 2 off, I would have the perfect mountain structure, but just on 3 points. So Is the perfect mountain structure also valid for just three fields, 2, 3, 4?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like that. Yes.
The
After
mini
we
mountain.
clear
Matt writes the mini mountain.
That's nice. I never think like that, but I like the idea, mini mountain. That's really good. Thank you, guys. Okay, so this is the resulting position after taking 3 checkers off. This is not great. White has bad numbers, 6-4, 5-4, and 4-3. 6 bad numbers. And especially 4 of them, white will leave a double shot. That is not good. And yeah, this is the resulting position after clearing the 5 point. And white is only twice of 2s. So now white can move 2 2s. So Bernard's idea is you want to take 2 checkers off from this position. Is it correct?
Another suggestion from Rom is making 5-3 and then moving the checker just off from the 4 point. So preparing to clear the 4 point. I think this is also thematic.
All right, all right. Yeah, I like all these questions. Okay. So if white plays 4-2, which is clearly it's a preparation to clear the point. So preparation is it's a good idea, important idea. However, at the same time, it does a minus play, which is putting another checker on the 2 point. So as I mentioned first, we don't want to have spare checker on the 2 point. It's unnecessary. So we already have 3 checkers, spare checkers on the 2 point. If we play a 4-2 again, then we'll have 6 checkers. Okay, and with the last 2, we can take 1 checker off. But still, we have 5 spares on the 2 point. That is not so good. So here is the analysis. So the bottom, the third one is taking 3 checkers off without clearing the point. This is the worst. However, the second one, which prepares clearing the 4 point, is pretty bad. It's a blunder. So the best play is, as Bernard mentioned, clear the 5 point and 2 checkers off. And the resulting position will be a mini mountain. So mini mountain is also good. Okay. Still we have time. So maybe the next one is the last question. All right. This is not easy. So white has the ideal mountain structure. However, the opponent home board has crunched. So what do you think? I think there are many answers, many answers. Yeah, one obvious choice is clearing the 6 point. And another play is maybe 4-2 with 2 checkers to keep the 5 prime to contain the opponent. Maybe that's 2 major answers.
I also like 5-2 and 4-3.
5-2 and 4-3. Okay, okay, I got it. I got it. Yes. That's another candidate. But maybe the resulting position of that play, 5-2 and 4-3, we have only 2 checkers on the 6 point and 2 checkers on the 5 point. This is a famous structure. We might roll 6-5 to leave a double shot. So maybe that structure is a little bit dangerous.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. So here is the answer. So here, keeping the 5 prime is slightly better. Yeah, 4-2. And then white has spare checkers on the 5, 4, 3, and 2 point. So once black rolls 6, now white has many pointing on number, pointing on the white has good possibilities. So pointing on the 1 point. Yeah. So yeah, small changes. With a small change, we should have a new concept. Yeah, that's the difficulty of backgammon. All right. So
Anyone
Maybe
has
it's
a
time.
last question to Michy? Last chance. Last chance
Okay.
to come along with questions. Unmute
If
your
I have-
microphone and ask.
if I have, I can show you. But if it's the last, I'm sorry. Oh, I have. There I
Ah,
have.
nice.
Now double 4.
Right.
Okay, the first 4 is the first 8-4. Then how do you play the last 3s? Last 3 times. Actually, of course, we don't want to leave a shot. We have only 2 options. One is clearing the 6 point. Another is taking 3 checkers off from the 4 point. So we have only 2 options. So which is better? So according to the idea of clearing the point, yeah, 6-2 should be better. But maybe this is exception.
This is exception.
That's good. Yeah, so 6-2 is a very tricky clearing the point because now white has 7 checkers, 7 on the 2 point. So I said, we don't want to put a spare checker on the 2 point, but the 7 is, oh, that's too many. That's not good. That's why even we make a gap on the 4 point. Of course, generally, we don't want to make a gap, but it's an exceptional case. Yeah, here is the result. So taking 3 checkers off from the 4 point is better. And I think often, very often, when we roll double 4, taking checkers off from the 4 point is superior, very often. Because if we try to clear the 6 point, now we will have many checkers on the 2 point, which is also not good. Yeah, having many checkers on the 2 point is not good, and making a gap is also not good. However, if we make a gap with bearing off, then at least we have a benefit, which is taking many checkers off. So mostly, yeah, taking checkers off is good.
Somebody asks, clearing the 6 point is double match point play.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Yeah. However, if we set the condition as a DMP, maybe it might change. I'm not sure about that. Maybe I can try now. I copy XGID and I paste it on XG. This is the one. Can you see XG now?
Yes.
Okay. So now I set the condition as a DMP. Now, which is better? Wow! The difference is huge. Oh, no, 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 not huge. Not huge. So close, so close. Yeah, I think the reason in that, because it's DMP, then white can wait on the 1 point until the end, until the last checker. In that case, if red has many checkers on the 2 point, red has more possibility that leave a shot with rolling a 1. I think that's the reason.
It is interesting, yeah, because this double
Yeah.
match point, the idea was coming from the match score before, yeah, and it showed a different winning chance to this really double match point position now, yeah, because the checker pay is of course also different now, yeah.
Yeah, as a normal scorer, white does not want to lose backgammon, so white will run his last checker. However, as a DMP, white can wait until the end. That's the difference.
Michy, thanks a lot. That was really a great lesson. I hope all enjoyed it. In the chat, everybody is saying thanks. It was great. And I hope
That's
we will
good.
have many more exciting Backgammon Sundays with 100 and 200 spectators. Thanks all for joining. And thanks, Michy, for a great afternoon.
Yeah, thank you, guys. So if you enjoy this time, this seminar, I'm very happy. And yeah, I really hope we'll see again and have a good day.
And a last word I want to say, not only the Endgametechnic book from Michy is amazing, also the opening concepts are the same clear and instructive like the endgame analysis. So it's really a must to collect these books. And I'm waiting forward for the next one. Can you say some words to your next book, Michy?
Actually, it's very interesting. My next book will be, it's about doubling Q. And especially, I specify the point match. And point match has so many variations. So I just focus on the 5-point match. I want people become the specialist of the 5-point match. So I explain the detail with a different style. I know many people already wrote a book about the point match, but my style is should be very different, a unique style to approach to conquer the 5-point match. So I hope you'll enjoy in the future.
This is great news, yeah. Thanks a lot and have a nice Sunday.
Yeah, thank you, Bernard. Yeah, I had a
Bye
great
all.
time with you
Expect
guys.
that book? When can we expect that book, Michy?
Yep.
When can we expect that 5-point cube?
Oh, it will come maybe next spring, March or April.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna try. Okay.
Good. Bye. I will close the session now. And the videos can be seen at WPGF Backgammon Sundays on the YouTube channel. See you. Bye.
Yeah. See you guys.
Bye, thank you.